Yes, EU5 release date got officially announced yesterday at Gamescom. The game will be released at exact month that I've been expecting for months, if not over a year. So November 2025, 4th November 2025, which means we are only a bit more than 2 months away from playing this great game. I'm sorry guys, you are, because I already have access again. I know I'm privileged, but that's really helpful to give you and Paradox more feedback about this game. This is very important. I can tell you already that in the current state of the game, it is ready to be released. I'll be honest, it is ready to be released right now, but they still have over 2 months to polish it. And from the key things, what they improve is definitely performance. I love how the performance works now, and UI got some also nice tweaks. But this is not a video about this. The video is also about what's ahead of us, because besides the announcement of the date, they also announced what content will be coming and the prices for the game. And you'll see that the game will be able to be purchased in the normal edition as well as the premium edition. You might say, oh, why would I pay so much more for the premium edition? Well, it is gonna contain multiple things. First of all, and I think that's an interesting approach, its release, you're gonna unlock the pre-purchase bonus, which is EU4 original soundtrack. So all the songs from EU4, you'll be able to access it in EU5. Actually, that's pretty interesting. Besides that, there'll be also instant access to a Sacred Sites pack, which is giving you just some nice buildings for the holy sites across the world, including Kaaba, as you see here. But what's making people talk a lot about EU5 right now is this screenshot. A screenshot of their roadmap, because they already announced 3 DLCs for the next year. So the game will be released in November, but between April and June next year, you can already expect Immersion Pack number 1, then 3 months later a Chronicle Pack, and at the end of the year another Chronicle Pack. And I see 2 approaches towards this. Minority is seeing this as a good news, because you get to understand, okay, what's the long-term goals of this game? Do I buy this game based on what to expect from it in the future? And the other part of the people, I think that's major, is like, oh, they didn't even release the game and they're already planning to sell DLCs to us. I'm not gonna lie, my approach is the first part, because of course they'll do DLCs, you're gonna spend hundreds if not thousands of hours in this game, and it's good they're gonna keep improving it. What I think Paradox is failing to tell us is that between all of this, there will be 3 patches, and I've been told that by Paradox, I can tell you that as well, there will be 3 patches with the content as well. And I think the approach that they are taking, and this is my thought, not official information, is that in early stages, new mechanics will be released in the 3 patches, while the DLCs, like this 3 on the list, the DLCs will be just focusing on the additional flavor for specific countries. What's also interesting, when you buy a premium edition, you're gonna get these DLCs in price, you not have to buy them later. So what are these 3 DLCs about? Well, the Fate of the Phoenix, so the first one, will be about additional content for the Byzantine Empire to restore their full glory. And keep in mind, this is already on top of the content that Byzantium already has in game, which is around 60 historical dynamic events and over 20 of various bonuses to your privileges, gallantry forms, and national ideas in advances. Then we get the Chronicle Pack about the fight about Reconquista or Reconquista, where this will be mainly content for Castile and Morocco fighting for dominance in Iberia. And again, Castile is having 180 dynamic historical events in game and also 20-ish bonuses. So it's on top of plenty of content that they are having. Morocco also has 26 events and 15 different bonuses. So keep in mind that, you see what I have in mind, they are not selling content for a bare bones game in these packs, it's rather additional story to it, because there's plenty of flavor for all of the three countries that I already mentioned in the game already. And it's same for the third pack, which will be about historical content and flavor for France and Scotland. Which is interesting because France already has the most content in-game with over 200 dynamic historical events and 31 different bonuses. I think only England has more content than France. So again, it's just an addition to already flavor for release. Even Scotland, a rather small country, has 48 dynamic historical events and 18 bonuses in game. Personally, that would be my expectation from Paradox, to have long-term plans and actually share these plans for them. I understand that some of you are discouraged by releases of the other studios from Paradox, right? Like Victoria 3 or CK3 being pretty bare bones at release, and or even a bad story of Imperator and Johan. But me personally, having access to E5 already, I can't stop thinking about it, and I can't wait to show you more. I think EU5 is gonna break with the bad pattern Paradox been having with the recent releases. There's really a lot of content, and right now I was only talking about the flavor for countries. But the content in the base game, it's also enormous. That's gonna be probably questionable by some of you, but I think EU5 already has similar amount of the mechanics to EU4 at release. To give you a few examples of mechanics from EU4 DLCs that are in the base game of EU5. All this stuff with favors, subjects interactions, like making them siege stuff, etc. Special units, there's I think over 100 of special units in game already compared to like what, 10, 12 in EU4 after multiple DLCs. Just a reminder, estates used to be part of the DLC content for EU4 for ages. Special buildings that work kinda like monuments, also part of the DLCs for EU4. Even stuff like hegemons or great powers. I think at one point I have to make a list of EU4 features that are in DLCs that will be in the base game of EU5, because trust me, there's plenty of them on top of new content that was never in EU4. But yeah, that is just a separate topic, and I think I just got myself an idea about content for you guys. Anyway, you can pre-purchase the game already. If you're planning to do so, make sure to use my link in the video description, because I'm gonna get a percentage out of your purchase, so you can support the channel this way. If you still don't trust Paradox, I totally get you. That's a good approach and healthy, and you don't want to buy the game until you see it first. Make sure to watch my videos about the game once I'll be able to post it again, which is probably gonna be around the release, and make that decision then. That's totally fine. You don't have to trust me, you don't have to trust Paradox, but if you do plan to pre-purchase it already, make sure to use that link. Let me know what you think yourself about this strategy. I assume many of you will not, and of course support the channel by subscribing it. Yes, one last topic actually, and I think that's a big one. It's more for the Polish community, because you know, we have this whole movement of prices on Steam being so much higher for Poland compared to the other countries, and it's also the same for the EU5. So I actually, both me and Lucas How to Life, we already did report that to Paradox with a hope that they're gonna bring it to someone that might change it. No promises, of course, but I just wanted to let you know that we are both pushing to actually adjust it, because it doesn't make much sense for Poland, one of the poorest countries on this list, to actually pay as much for the game as freaking Switzerland. Doesn't make sense. I hope this is gonna be adjusted, and I wanted to also speak out about this openly on this channel. Thanks for watching. See you soon on the other videos of the EU4 Achievements Hunter.